What up, this is Rama covering movies, TV, and entertainment. Here's my review of Netflix new documentary series, Web of Make-Believe, Death, Lies, and the Internet. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support the channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Alrighty, it's time for another Netflix true crime docu, and we all know how much we love these bad boys. And let me tell ya, Web of Make-Believe is the most chilling and terrifying one yet. Why, you ask? Well, it's because at the core of it is this detailed examination of how today's technology has made us extra vulnerable. And I'm not talking about some leaked sex tape. What are chronicled on these 6 episodes are far more sinister, far more accessible, and this type of misfortune can happen to any of us. Web of Make-Believe, by the way, is an anthology where each episode is different, but they all have a similar pattern. I mean, by itself, separately, each of these episodes could probably stand on its own, but together they make a strong case for a cautionary tale. You'll come out of watching this docu maybe feeling a bit paranoid, but more than that, you'll be a little bit more alert and vigilant, or at least that's the hope. Directed by Brian Knappenberger, executive produced by Brian Grazer and Ron Howard, Web of Make-Believe, Death, Lies, and the Internet is a 6-part anthology docuseries that tells the stories of people caught in a dark and twisted web of modern digital deception. Haunting, bizarre, and up-to-the-moment relevant, the series explores consequences of swatting, takes a chilling trip down the rabbit hole of white supremacy, joins a federal hunt for the suspect of a brazen IRS heist, and investigates a murder set against the backdrop of Russian election interference. Rich with distinctive characters and surprising plot lines, reality is warped when the ordinary American household collides with a chaotic web of misinformation. Okay, so the first episode is about swatting, and that's when an online gamer would fake call a SWAT team to come and raid the home of his competitors. And one particular gamer takes it to the extreme and it costs the life of a random person. Now, embedded in this episode is also the question of police brutality. But to me, the million-dollar question is, what can be done to prevent fraudulent 911 calls? Because obviously 911 calls are important for saving life purposes, but there needs to be a guardrail or some sort to prevent SWAT team from wasting their manpower and resources on nonsense. Okay, so the second and third episodes have some technological elements to them, especially in terms of social media and dark web, but those 2 episodes are mostly about conspiracy theories. And both episodes have political and ideological undertone, with the right-wingers weaponizing a young man's death and right-wingers rallying their white supremacy base. It's fascinating to see how easy it is for these cuckoo for Cocoa Puff ideas to spread like wildfire on the internet, brainwashing anybody in its path. And if those ideas or arguments are not combated against or countered, then they could lead to lethal consequences. The 4th episode about sextortion is simply devastating. You know, in movies like Mission Impossible, hackers are depicted as somebody cool who can hack into any computerized system. Well, hackers in real life are anything but glorified. The final episodes are divided into 2 parts, but again, it deals with another hacker. And I'm telling you, these guys are relentless and vicious, and they take pleasure in squeezing somebody's livelihood and reputation. Web of Make-Believe director made sure that the reenactments and the music and the tone give off that ominous vibe from start to finish. Everything about this docu sends chills down your spine. It's designed to sort of mess with your sense of security, and it's designed to be an addictive, binge-worthy content. Many of these episodes have a satisfying resolve. Maybe not satisfying enough for the victims and their families, understandably so, but it's definitely a good thing that the perpetrators got what's coming to them or that they serve time in prison. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel, especially when the cops are actually doing their job for once. Overall, this is a very well put together docuseries. Very lengthy, very informative, and yes, as I implied earlier, it could also be fear-inducing, but hopefully it'll compel you to be vigilant, which I describe as trust but with caution.